Hey everybody, and welcome back to Split Couch Games. I'm bringing you the long-awaited and ultimately disappointing Overwatch video. Over a year ago, I set out to learn every hero in Overwatch and make a video about it. So, in true procrastinator fashion, it's coming out now. Overwatch and I started off on a bad foot. It told me that it was going to take about 27 seconds to get into a game, and while that seemed like it was asking a lot of me, I had heard good things about the game, so I let it do its thing. Overwatch repaid me by actually taking 34 seconds to find a match. At this point, I should tell you that we've been hit by the adpocalypse, so anywhere I would use strong language will be replaced by cats meowing and dogs barking. You're f***ing welcome. I decided to start off my journey as Genji. Immediately leaving spawn, I jumped into the large hovercraft above the arena, and if that wasn't enough, I followed that up by banging my head on a wall. Little did I know that this was going to be a good representation of how the entire game would play out, but instead of running into walls, I would ult with 3 health. It turns out that running up to melee someone leaves you vulnerable to guns. My time as McCree wasn't much better. You might think that I almost killed this Mei, but if we rewind the tape, you'll see full optimism in action as I missed not 4 or 5 times, but 7 times before finally hitting her. I didn't give up though. McCree's ult had a reputation, and I knew that once I filled up my ultimate meter, I would redeem myself. I bet you didn't know that Pharah's ult can be used from the ground. I think that Overwatch was beginning to feel sorry for me because it gave me play of the game for this Bastion clip. The game was giving me credit for something that I did well, so something had to be wrong. But I was surprised to see something incredible when the clip is slowed down. As I was mentally preparing myself to play as Mei, I noticed something strange. While we're in here getting ready to fight during what I had assumed to be an apocalypse, there's this f***er driving around. Anyway, you can understand why I was distracted and accidentally froze myself instead of putting up a wall. I admit that after fucking up that badly, I wasn't fully prepared when I went into the game as Winston. But really, nothing could have prepared me for only having a weapon that, as far as I could tell, just tickles the enemy. I can really only assume that any kill I got came as a result of the opponent laughing at how ineffective the weapon is. As Zarya, I spent a ridiculous amount of time playing peekaboo, and the one time I decided to get a little brave, I remembered how poorly I had played before, and decided it was best to just return to my area and not get too rambunctious. I'm sure my teammates appreciated how safe I was while they all tried to push the payload without their tank. The biggest thing that I learned as Mercy was that D.Va is good. I got really excited to try her out and start getting my own quad kills. More on that later. First, I had to play some Symmetra. The idea of a teleporter seemed pretty cool, so I placed one in a location so bad that it can only be compared to opening up a coffee shop next to a Starbucks. Good job, Scott, you dingus. After that failure, I decided to give Zenyatta a try. Going into this, I had assumed that a balanced team comp was important, but when I saw 3 divas, I knew what I had to do. Playing D.Va, I was immediately reminded of another game.
Dropping now. Stand by for Titanfall.
And much like that game, I was fucking terrible. Like, I might actually be seriously, god mother stain on the underwear of f***ing hole. After that display of what can only be loosely described as D.Va gameplay, I was tempted to kill myself, but decided against it out of fear of being too redundant. And that's the story of the greatest Overwatch player of all time. I'll see you all next time on Split Couch Games.